Hello guys, this is on Production Second Ain on the 4613 and I am back in Hakuouki, Demon of the Fleeting Blossom Part 7. It's not fun. It's not fun when there's a lot of things you actually need to do. You need to, put the recordings together and upload it, and it takes a long time, but all I really want to do is record. So tough to be me. At long last morning came. One by one the captains returned to the common room, tired and bleary-eyed from their long night. It was Inora's entrance that broke the silence. He seems to have made it through the hardest part. The room breathed a silent sigh of relief. He's asleep, but pretty peaceful. So, has Sanan gone crazy? Inoa simply shook his head. We don't know for sure until he wakes up, but he looks like just as he always has. That's when the door slid open. Good morning, everyone. Oh God. The tension that had relaxed at Inora's entrance pulled tight like a drum. At least I thought, they don't do this when I just walk into a room. Then I realized I was comparing myself to Ito and wondered why on earth I would do something like that. My, you all look rather glum. Something to do with last night's excitement, I presume. His position wasn't just the result of politics, then. There would be no simply ignoring the incident. It appeared. Kondo, I love you, but shut up, you can't lie for shit. No. Desperately, Kondo's eyes flew around the room, looking for someone who might give him a story. Sano, make something up. What, me? Well, you were to see yesterday. You're a miserable actor, stay out of this. Okita's smile was bitter and thin. They all sat back down. How about you leave the explanation to someone who can actually string two words together, There's something I want to mention. Two things. One, the writing in this game is extremely good. Just getting that out there. Even though English is not my first language and I shouldn't know about that, I gotta check if the volume's fine. And I should know about that, but the writing is extremely good. It's really good. Just beautiful. Second, Saito is not very tall. It's like something I've noticed from the beginning since he was there. I was like, Saito, you're not very tall. And I was like, is that like a bug or something? No, he's just not very tall. But that's fine. It's just funny to look because he's very much not as tall as the others. He looked at Saito expectantly, and the man nodded once. Oh my God, what's going on? Why won't it work? God! Oh, there you go. As you suspected, you Commander Ito, there was an incident yesterday at our headquarters. Furthermore, he continued, the situation was grim. Saito then proceeded to outline as much of the truth as he could, his eyes never wavering from Ito's face. We do not wish to trouble you with such matters just yet, Deputy Commander. By way of apology, he made a short bow. As you wish, I would be happy to provide you with a more detailed report this afternoon. Oh my! Ito's eyes narrowed and he looked slowly around the hall, a mischievous smile. I know the word, mischievous or mischievous smile playing about his lips. Very well, I comprehend your situation. I shall look forward to receiving the details this evening. With another strange smile, Ito stood, nodded slightly, and left the room. Feels like he let it slide this time. Maybe just liked how Saito handled it. What? Yes, Saito had been respectful and, at least on the surface, forthcoming, both of which had likely pleased Ito, but what did he mean by letting it slide? We shouldn't have let him see us all together. I looked at him confused. The only man missing was San, and it won't take you too long to realize something happened to him. Oh. Lenito had likely guessed at what had taken place, but decided not to press the issue. I was beginning to see what Kondo saw in him. There was certainly no doubt he was clever and observant. I looked up just in time to see Sanan shuffle through the door. His face was pale, but apart from that, he looked much like he always had. Sanan, are you sure you should be up and about? Sanan's only response was a small, sad smile. I'm only a little tired. A side effect of my new condition, I suppose. Those who've taken the draught often find that working during the daylight hours is especially taxing. In other words, oh, shut up, cars! It was working. Sanan had already transformed. I am no longer a human being. He smiled. Who cares what you are? You're alive, and that's good enough for me. I could see the beginnings of tears well up in Kondo's eyes, but the rest of the men were more reserved. They were happy to see their friend alive, but what had this resurrection cost him? So, your arm's better, I'm guessing. I haven't fully recovered yet, so I would withhold any final judgment, but he lifted his left arm, the arm that the day before had hung limp at his side, and flexed his hand. It seems to have been healed. At the very least, it's no longer a hindrance. Thank goodness. If he had gone through all that just to find his arm still lame and useless. You can't go out in the sun though, right? Will you still be able to fight with us? If the daylight drained one's energy, then living a normal life would be difficult enough, never mind fighting alongside the Shinsengumi. Best you simply say I died. His voice was calm, almost careless. From now on I will serve in the corps, to remind them and us that success is possible. Well, have you lost your mind? Do you know what you're saying? Of course I do. Do you, Nakakura? Nakakura! I thought he was Nakamura this entire time. Oh my god! The Shogun had ordered us to keep this thing a secret. Nagakura felt silent. If I die, the Shogun's secret remains so. Leaving no room for argument, he continued. Besides, if the side effects can be managed or been removed, then what reason do we have not to use it? To man, they were against his idea, though none of them said anything. Who would want a consigned friend to consign a friend to a life of secrecy, lived in the shadows? We were given this task by the Shogun himself. Sanan's suggestion may not have seemed pleasant, but it was logical. The drug was dangerous, yes, but it could be refined if the side effects removed. It would be a powerful tool, a powerful weapon. I suppose this is our only choice. And with that word, it was decided. Well, this is what you asked for, Sanan. Make sure you don't screw it up. It wasn't exactly a vote of confidence, but Sanan simply responded with a smile. This means moving to a new location isn't something we can put off any longer. If we're going to hide Sanan from Ito and his men, then we need more space. This place won't cut it. Saito nodded. If we intended to begin research again, then a move is even more urgent. Sanan's fate decided that they turned to a discussion of where they might make their new headquarters. Whatever my status was, I did not extend to being included in that discussion. Living for the Shinsengumi for the past year had been quite an experience. Lately I felt that perhaps it wasn't so bad and my life had become almost fun. But the truth I couldn't escape was I was only valuable to them because of my connection to my father, a truth that they had made painfully clear to me. These men had lived with one another for years. My own time with them amounted to little more than a drop in the bucket. They had no reason to treat me as anything more than a casual prisoner, or at best a serving girl. I'd reminded myself that countless of times, but it only served to deepen my sense of loneliness. I understand that, hun, but Okay, so I only told you to stay back because he's worried. He just doesn't know how to say, so it's okay, Chisudo. I love you. I love you. I will never let you be alone. I'm gonna stay by your side till the end. And through a lot of other endings. I love you. I really do love Chisudo. She's like one of my favorite main characters of the Otome games. It, like, from the anime, they really did well to show her personality in the anime, so I know what she's like, and I love her. It had been 3 months since we moved to headquarters to Nishi-Hangwanji, so they did end up moving there. I do remember, actually. There's a lot more room, but more room meant well farther to walk. I walked through it nearly every day for several weeks, and I was finally beginning to learn my way around. As I turned a corner near the back of the compound, I caught sight of someone sitting in the shadows. There you are, Sanan. Your food is ready. Oh, hello. Thank you. The snow had disappeared, the cherry blossoms had bloomed and fled, and now the swallows of the heat had come. Sanan and I exchanged a pair of smiles, and I held out my hand to let the breeze brush across them. It's really gotten warm lately. Yes, it has. Unfortunately, the heat and the sunlight aren't particularly pleasant for me. Really? I hadn't thought the sun was particularly strong that day, but to Sanan, who had to hide in the shadows or stay indoors during the day, it must have seemed unbearable. The night had changed. Sanan's hair had turned white, and his eyes had been at first for blood. But to look at his peaceful smile now, it was hard to imagine that that night had even been real. If someone had taken me aside and said it was all a bad dream, I would have believed them. It hadn't been a dream, though, and now Sanan spent his days avoiding being seen and hiding from the sunlight. The Shinsengumi's greatest secret. Here it is. For just a moment the sun lit on Sanan's hair. I don't know if it was a trick of light or simply my mind being foolish, but in that moment his hair was brilliant white. Is something the matter? You look as if you've seen a ghost, which I hardly feel is polite. Oh, no, nothing at all. He looked perfectly normal now, of course. Surely, I thought I must have simply imagined it. Nope, your blood is quite delicious. If I had, there was no denying that he was the same man who had gone mad with bloodlust. It was unnerving. Heisuke and I made our way through the crowded, as usual, streets of Kyoto at a brisk pace. You know, I haven't gotten out on patrol with you in quite a while, Heisuke. Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess not. Edo's been pretty busy. I love them all. Wait, is Heisuke actually taller than Saito? I gotta check this out. I at some point when they stand beside each other, I will find out. Shin and Sano didn't bug you while I was gone, did they? No, they were perfect gentlemen. I'm fine. I couldn't manage to suppress a short giggle. They look out for me when we're out on patrol, but I still haven't found any information about my father, though. Yeah, I stopped by your place in Edo and after you told me where to find it, but he couldn't seem to find the right words he was looking for, and instead just kicked a clump of dirt in frustration. Oh, well, thank you for taking the time to look anyway. Heisuke looked up in good time to see my face fall and gave me a good-natured pat on the shoulder. Come on, cheer up. Who knows? He might just pop up someday. You're right. Besides, you're all helping me look, so I've got to find him sooner or later. But what about you? You haven't been back in Kyoto for a while. Well, I sort of feel like the town has changed. So have the people. Heisuke? The smile he put on to cheer me up a moment ago was gone. Nostalgia and melancholy weren't like him. No, it weren't. Huh? Heisuke's head jerked up at a fraction of a degree, and he looked across the street. He stood up on his toes and waved. Hey, so sheep, find anything over there? Nope, everything's normal. Okita was out on patrol as well. Although his route took him through a different path of the city than ours, he gave me a short nod of acknowledgement, then looked back toward Heisuke with a snicker. Well, normal for now at least. I'm sure things will pick up once the Shogun gets here. The Shogun's coming to visit Kyoto? I don't know why my voice suddenly wanted to become weird. Yep, got Kondo all worked up too. If the Shogun was visiting, then that was the chance for the Shinsengumi to be noticed. Kondo's reaction to that possibility was easy to imagine. I giggled. Oh yeah, that he is. That didn't seem like Heisuke. Had something happened that I didn't know about? I looked over to Okita, hoping he might help, but... Okita, are you alright? His face was tight with pain, and his coughing was getting worse. He glanced up, but his gaze swept past me and across the street. His eyes narrowed at something behind me, and I turned to see him run and stumble backwards. What do you mean, no? Stop it! Let go of me! We're patriots, fighting every day to kick those damn foreigners out of our country. The least you can do is give us a little boost, or maybe a little company. Across the street, I can't talk, a clump of men, perhaps 3 or 4, were harassing a young girl. I didn't know what they were up to, but it didn't look pleasant. We have to help her! I felt Heisuke tense up next to me. I know, stay here, Chizuru. But before we could finish, a flash of blue cloth shot past us towards the dangerous knot of men. Well, guess being a patriot doesn't mean that what it used to be if we've got men like you throwing it around. The usual crowd shuffled away from Okita as the men as quickly as they could. None of them wanted to be nearby once words were put away and swords unsheathed. The Ronin's eyes followed Okita's jacket and the men stiffened. You're one of those Shinsengumi fellas, ain't ya? Ah, you must be the brains. So tell me, Chief, what's it gonna be? His lips curled into a predatory smile as his hands fell to the shaft of his sword. There was no mirth in that rictus grin, and the Ronin's faces abruptly grew several shades paler. They were only somewhat deflated, however, not entirely punctured, and their ringleader made one more attempt. God damn it! Get out of here, you brown-nosing son of a bitch! Oh, shut up! If you want to live, then maybe you should follow your own advice. The sight of the two Shinsengumi notorious blue-black jackets standing shoulder to shoulder was apparently enough of an argument for the Ronin. The last of the color drained for their faces, and they all turned tail and ran. You aren't going after them? Arrest them? And charge them with which crime exactly? Didn't figure you for their iron fist sort. He was right, of course. They'd had crime on their minds, certainly, but they hadn't actually committed one. Iron fist? What are you so worked up? Never mind, forget about it. My name is Karu Nakuma. Thank you for saving me. As the girl gave Okita a quick bow. Hey, stay away from him. He's mine. She was so refined, so ladylike. Even dressed like a girl, I doubted I could ever be as elegant as her. I'd only begun to feel sorry for myself when I suddenly felt a hand on my arm. But, Okita! Calm down, kid. Just come here and stand next to her. He shoved me next to the girl we just rescued, and then stepped back to stroke his chin thoughtfully. Okita? I glanced nervously towards the girl and gave her my best attempt at a smile under the circumstances. The smile she gave me in return was beautiful, but there was something about it that seemed odd. Just as I thought, they just looked just like each other. He seemed to be talking mostly to himself, but as soon as the words left his mouth, I realized what had seemed odd to me. He looked like No, it was more than that. We were too much alike. It was almost like I was looking in a mirror, but a mirror with a will of its own and wearing much better clothes. The longer I looked at her, the more uncomfortable I felt. I shuddered. Really? I don't think they look alike at all. No, they're practically identical. Dress the kid up as a girl and you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. The girl, Karu, was looking straight at me as if she hadn't heard a word Okita said. I had to say something, but what? Perhaps she saw through my confusion, or perhaps it was something else. I wish to thank you, probably, but I'm afraid you've caught me in the middle of an important errand which I must attend to. Please forgive my rudeness. She bowed quickly to Okita. I hope I will be able to repay you soon, Okita of the Shinsengumi. Stay away from him! Boo, boo! And then with that, the girl who called herself Karu. I'm going for the English pronounced Japanese names. Should I start pronouncing it correctly and say Karu? You know what? Let's actually be a little Japanese and try to pronounce the words I actually can. Who called herself Kaoru, disappeared into the crowds of Kyoto, although the unease her presence had created in me remained. With a mischievous grin, Heisuke dug a playful elbow into Okita's ribs. Hey, looks like she's got the hut for you, Soshi. No! Oh, Heisuke, is that really what you think? You've got a long way to go before you're at Sano's level. Hey, what the hell is that supposed to mean? That back and forth continued, but my mind was elsewhere. The last night's rain had left a number of puddles on the road, and when I looked into them, I saw a strange girl who looked just like me. Karen. Wind caught the surface of the puddle, sending a flurry of ripples across it. My face quirked into a small smile, but the face in the puddle didn't smile back. Come on, Chizuru, let's get moving. Alright, I'm coming. Wasting no more time on a puddle, I turned and ran towards Heisuke and Okita, already on the way back to the headquarters. I love the way in the Japanese Heisuke calls Chizuru her name. It's like Chizuru. So I just like it. Chizuru. The temple was much larger than the compound in Mizu as advertised. The entire Shinsengumi could gather in the new common room with space to spare. As Kondo spoke, his voice echoed grandly throughout the hall. By now, I imagine you have all heard that the Mochi Tokugawa, the fourth shogun of the Tokugawa shogunate, will be visiting. Why can I not talk? Will be visiting our city of Kyoto. The Shinsengumi have been asked to guard him as he passes through the city on his way to Nijo Castle. The Shinsengumi guard the shogun? Almost immediately, the room exploded in cheers. Too hard for them to ignore us after Ikidaya and Hamaguri, huh? All that's work's finally paying off. Guess you could say the fact of the country will be resting on our swords, huh? He let out a snort of laughter as he spoke, but there was something in the way he said that put me on edge. Then again, it wasn't as I'd be going to guard the shogun. Right, Garza. If only Saturn was still with us. We've truly lost a valuable ally. They'd never told Ito the truth about Sanan. In fact, the entire incident surrounding his transformation had been covered up. Only a few men of the Shinsengumi knew the truth. Perhaps Kondo felt guilty for deceiving him because he saw a brief flicker of bitterness across his face before he spoke. Well, at any rate, things are going to be rather hectic here very soon, so we ought to get our assignments hashed out. To begin with, I'd like Toshi, Soshi, and myself to... Sorry, Kondo, but you think maybe Soshi can sit out on this one? I think he's getting sick. What, Soshi, is this true? Are you alright? The demon's just being a mother hen, sir. I think I'm fine. Don't give me that crap. You just coughed up a lung earlier. Fine, fine. Someone's being a little overprotected, though. His smile had turned a little bitter as he spoke, but he looked fine. Perhaps Hichihara just was being overprotected. I didn't have much time to dwell on it, however, before. Heisuke? Kando, I'm not feeling so great either. You too, Heisuke? This is our time to shine. I was hoping to have all of you there to greet the Shogun. Yeah, sorry. Oh, no, your help comes first. Always. I'm sure you'll have another chance. I'll just make sure you get to do something spectacular. He did his best to simply wave it off but it was easy to see his genuine concern for Okita and Heisuke. Once he had finished inspecting the rest of the soldiers and sending them off on their assignments, Hichihara turned to me. Alright, what are you going to do? Don't give me that. I'm asking if you're coming with us or not. I can go too? Of course, we certainly don't mind. After all, you're practically one of us. Finally someone thinks so. I love you, Kando-san. If you want, I'd love to have you come. Could I really go? I hesitated for a moment, confused, and Okita and Heisuke laughed. You don't need to worry about yourself, kid. Nobody's gonna be stupid enough to try and attack the Shogun. Why don't you go? I'd be surprised if anyone did as much as draw a sword. It didn't seem quite fair to me that I wasn't even a soldier and I could go when there was stuff back at the compound. Still, I'd felt drained lately with the lack of information we've been getting to uncover about my father. Perhaps this would be just the thing to cheer me up. No! God damn it! Like, God, I want to stay with Okita. I'm on this path, aren't I? I've done everything right, haven't I? God! I'll go. Perhaps the excitement of the occasion was infectious, as I felt steel in my spine that hadn't been there before. If so, however, it appeared Hichihara was immune. Calm down, you're just carrying messages. Think you can handle that? No. Murder. Right, left, right, left. My footsteps echoed softly through the night. Ow, my legs are starting to cramp up. I decided it was best I take a short break afterwards. Nana! Short break and stop to look at the something. In early days of the Tokugawa shogunate, Nichio Castle had been a place for the shogun to stay on his way to the capital. It had been a while since a shogun had actually stayed in it, though. We'd met the shogun on the road and begun our escort about 30 minutes earlier, and had arrived at the castle relatively recently. By now I imagined Kondo, Nakagura, Inoue, and the men were greeting the officials and other important people in the shogun's reach. Yeah, well, I've got a job to do too. More specifically, it was my job to tell all the soldiers when to change shifts and generally carry messages back and forth. A glorified errand girl, in other words. This means I'm not totally useless, right? Time to get back to work then. Even a short walk around Nichio Castle was enough to see several blue jackets, all of them on guard, none of them nervous or anxious. Well, of course, after all, the castle's really well guarded. Only an idiot would try to... Yeah. A sudden chill ran down the length of my spine. I froze. I knew the feeling. 2 feet of cold steel waiting to find their way into the view. Eyes shining with the lust for blood and violence. I never hoped to find myself accustomed to such a horrible thing, but in the time since I began living with the Shinsengumi, I had felt it more than once. I suppose they would have called what I felt radiated from the shadows bloodlust. My eyes were drawn up towards the roof, where no normal person would ever think to look. The large wall cast a shadow. Okay. My head, it stopped in the middle of it, I'm sorry. My eyes were drawn towards... Ow. Okay. There they stood. Finally! I'm sorry. I'm I'm just like, I've been waiting for them to come because, spoilers, they were actually at the other, yeah, you knew that. They were at the other place where we chose not to go because we stayed with Architect. And in the anime we went there, and a lot of things I was really excited about happened, and then I'm like, well, we gotta see Kazuma and his crew again. I'm like, oh yeah, here. You! So you've noticed us. Not too slow then. They look very distinctive, unlike any soldiers I'd seen before, but 3 sets of piercing eyes scattered my thoughts and made it difficult for me to think. I had recognized them. Now I had to put names to the faces. Chikage Kazuma. Kyuju Amagiri. Kyo Shiranui. You don't want to know this, but I'm like, I cannot go for, I'm having extreme difficulty going for, Sano, Harada at some point, whatever, at some point, because I'm shipping him so hard with Shiranui, and it's like, normally when I say I ship people, it's like a little bit for fun, because it's not to, it's okay if you ship people, it's fine, but I usually don't, I do, but it's really hard to explain, but a lot of times when a ship is especially 2 males or females, it's not there's anything wrong with that, but when they've been made clear that they're probably heterosexual, even though you don't. Okay, I'm just rambling, trying to explain myself. But anyways, I'm shipping him so seriously. I'm not ironically shipping him with Sano. It's serious. It's serious. Okay. All right. Even they were connected somehow, but to both the Satsuma and the Choshu, and they made an effort to impede the Shingumi at the Ikidaya, and again at Hamaguri. Whoever they were, they did not belong at the Shogun's castle. Why are you here? Hey, little girl, you ought to ask yourself how we got here, not why. It was pretty easy, you know. A little human wall doesn't mean shit to a demon. We're here for a specific purpose. That purpose is you, Chizuru Yukimura. We're here for you. I don't understand. A demon? What do you mean? Why are you here for... You must be joking. Perhaps you ask what a demon is. Perhaps... How can you ask what a demon is? Perhaps you're the one joking here. After all, you are one, just like us. He stepped forward, the shadows following him like a cloak. When Amagiri spoke, it was calm, peaceful, as if he was trying to reason with a frightened child. Do your injuries heal quickly? Too quickly, perhaps. What? Do you heal from injuries faster than any human could? Well, I couldn't bring myself to answer that, so I pursed my lips and remained silent instead. Shiranuri's eyes narrowed. What the hell? Maybe it'll be quicker if we just give her a demonstration. Enough, Shiranui. I don't care if she admits it or not. We are here for a reason, and that hasn't changed. His eyes dropped to the Kodachi at my waist. Her family name is a demon, and she carries the demon of East Kodachi. That is evidence enough. My family name? What was wrong with Yukimura? I didn't understand what he was saying, but that didn't stop the cold sweat that I could feel inching down my spine. I felt almost as though the darkness itself was coming for me. Then again, it isn't as though we need your permission to kidnap you. Female demons are rare. Now come with me. His hand stretched out from the darkness, pale and grasping like the tentacle of some hideous submarine monster. Not the right way to explain that, but then out of nowhere a blade flickered through the night. There we go. Whoa, hey there, pal. Trying to pick up chicks in the back alley? That's not creepy at all. You again. The culture and the nose of a dog, I see. One could say the same of you. The sword and spear glinted in the moonlight, and Kazama stepped back, momentarily dim-eyed. Harada! Saito! My legs felt weak, suddenly weak, as if the now shattered tension had been the only thing keeping me standing. I teetered backwards, my balance momentarily lost. I gripped a strong since-word hand caught me and pulled me back, its grip hard as steel. Stay back. Don't be so... It's just a little weird to go for Okita when we are so used to her being with Hijikata. I'll do your rule later, I swear! I swear on my heart. Hijikata. One hand guided me around behind him, even as the other drew his sword. Figured you were here for the Shogun's head. What do you want from kid? I've little interest in the Shogun at the moment. No, the matter at hand only concerns we demons. Demons. His eyes narrowed. Haven't seen these punks since Hamaguri. Look at them, that's a perfect killer. Okay. As Harada drew his spear back to a ready position, I saw Shibanoe's hand move to the gun on his hip. True enough, though, I feel little at this reunion. Saito's hand tightened around his sword, and Amagiri's feet shifted into a stronger stance. Tension hung in the air so thick I could scarcely breathe. They were powder keg ready to explode. Even the slightest movement could be enough to set them off. As slowly as I could, I moved my trembling hand towards the hilt of my kidachi. I'd nearly reached for it when a voice whispered in my ear. Don't worry about the commander and the captains. Yamasaki, when did you... He appeared as silently and visibly as he had been a shadow himself. He's a ninja! Oh! I love it. He's a ninja. My ninja. I've been ordered to return you to the headquarters. Then you're telling me to run away? It was true that if I remained, it was unlikely I could actually be of help to anyone. Return to headquarters because Okita's there. Whee! I will probably do either Kazama's or Saito's route when I'm done with this playthrough. Only because the fact that Kazama's evil as fuck, but he's a sexy beast. Oh god. I ran towards the Shinsengumi compound with Yamasaki, scared and anxious. Several times I turned to look over my shoulder to make sure nothing was following me. By the time we reached the temple, I'd lost count of how many times I'd checked. I have to go back to help them. There aren't very many men at the moment. You should find Okita Todo. They should be able to protect you if something happens. Without waiting for my response, he was gone. Another shadow, in a night full of them. Suddenly the night felt very quiet. The word demon echoed through my head, and their faces floated in front of my eyes. I shook my head. As the temple came back into focus, I felt very, very alone. Right, Yamasaki said I should find Okita Heisuke. Okita! Okita-kun! Oh god, stop it, Nana. Huh. Shisado? Okita looked up from cleaning his sword as I entered the hall. Oh, he looks so peaceful. His gaze was puzzled. After all, I was supposed to be at the Nicho castle. Oh, what did I do? What are you doing here? What are you doing here alone? You get in trouble? I bet Hijikata sent you back, huh? Yeah, something like that. His grin slid away and he turned serious. Alright, you better tell me what happened. Just thinking about it made me shudder, but something in Okita's eyes urged me to tell him. I swallowed and began to speak. When I mentioned the name of Chikage Kazama, the man who defeated Okita at the Ikidaya Inn, I saw his hand curl around the hilt of his sword, knuckles white from the strain. I told him everything, except how they'd called me a demon. If only I'd known they were going to show up. No way Kondo could have kept me here. His voice was quiet but hard as steel. No, you're sick. Hijikata told you to rest. I'm not sick enough to be treated like a damn invalid. Hijikata just made a big deal out of... Okita! For a moment all colors but one drained from the world. I forgot about demons and castles and saw only one thing. The sickly red splattered across Okita's hand and mouth. Are you alright? I'll go get someone. Heisuke! No! His voice was rough and strained, but filled with unexpected rage. He wiped the blood from his mouth and glared at me over the top of his hand. From under his bangs, his eyes, burning with anger, nailed me to the floor. Forget about what you saw. It's nothing. I just hurt my throat. I'd heard of cases from my father, of people who had coughed out blood, coughed so much they began to cough out blood. But you... I could feel my eyes brimming with tears, but Okita's grim smile told me what he would say. Alright, I won't tell anyone, but you have to rest, please. Yeah, alright. Probably couldn't make it to Nijo in time anyway. He grumbled and complained like a child, but before long I'd convinced him to lay down and rest. With Okita settled, I sat down to wait until the others returned. I was lonely, of course, but there were other, more important reasons to stay with him. Hopefully he agreed. So much had happened. You know what? I'm actually gonna end the episode here. I'll see you in the next one. I'm remembering memories from the anime, and let's just say it's not fun. Things are gonna stop being fun now. God, knew this was coming. Doesn't make it any less fun. Any less awful. That's right. God damn it. Goodbye.